Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Neutral Zone, where you can hear the latest and greatest hockey news. I'm Mikayla Krupski, here with a very special guest, Brett Chaves. Very glad to have you.
Yeah, thank you, Mikayla. I'm super excited to be on the show. I mean, both of us have a passion for hockey along with Nick as well, and let's get rolling. We got a lot to talk about.
Oh, yeah. Now, in the last episode, Nick and I talked about the trade deadline and shared a few predictions as to who would go where. Now, since the deadline has passed, we will take this episode to talk about the trades that did happen and what we think about them.
So, first and foremost, the Chicago Blackhawks traded star netminder Marc-Andre Fleury to the Minnesota Wild in exchange for a conditional second-round pick. It was obvious that Fleury wasn't really a clear fit in Chicago. They kind of traded him for pretty much nothing back in the previous offseason and sort of just had a setback season from there, a 908 save percentage, 1921, and Minnesota's basically adding a potential high floor, and you know what the ceiling is with Marc-Andre Fleury. With him and Cam Talbot, this is definitely something that people can look forward to in Minnesota.
Now, Claude Giroux and others were traded to the Florida Panthers along with a 2024 fifth-round draft pick. The Philadelphia Flyers, in exchange, acquired Owen Tippett and 3 draft picks for different years. This could be the chance of scenery Giroux has been looking for, and Florida's not a bad team anymore. They've been getting better and better every year. Will this be the year Florida and Giroux become winning elements?
Yeah, great point, Mikayla. Moving on, another massive haul. Anaheim Ducks defenseman Hampus Lindholm was traded to the Boston Bruins in exchange for Euro Vakanainen, John Moore, and 3 draft picks. Lindholm also ended up signing an 8-year deal worth $52 million with the Bruins. What a massive get for the Ducks. I mean, Lindholm will be a solid producer for the Bees' defensive front, but Anaheim finally gets the prospects and draft capital they've been looking for. Anticipate the Bruins, the picks rather, from Boston to be used in rebuilding the offensive attack.
Absolutely. Now, Mark Giordano and Colin Blackwell were traded from the Kraken to the Maple Leafs in exchange for a bunch of draft picks. A 2022 second round, a 2023 second round, and a 2024 third round pick. I guess Gio will hold the record for shortest team captain role, but even though Toronto's been doing somewhat well these past few years, they've been doing some rebuilding, trying to get stronger, so maybe this will be the year they become a true solid cup contender.
Hey, here's some more Ducks news. I mean, moving on to Ricard Raquel was traded to the Pittsburgh Penguins in exchange for Zach Aston Reese and Dominic Simone. Pens were also granted rights to Cal Klang and a 2022 second-round draft pick. The Ducks are continuing to build their capital in the draft, while Pittsburgh looks to replenish their already weak prospect pool. In my eyes, it's a win-win for both parties, and it's a great deal for both.
Now, this is a big three-way trade between the Hurricanes, Blue Jackets, and Panthers. The Canes got Max Domi and prospect Tyler Inamoto. The Jackets acquired prospect Aiden Hrushik, and the Panthers received Igor Korshkov and a 2022 sixth-round draft pick. I honestly feel like Columbus got the short end of the stick on this one, but who knows? Maybe Hrushik will make a big impact for the team. A lot of teams took advantage of the trade deadline and picked up some new guys. However, some teams decided to keep some of their well-performing players and sign them to new contracts.
Yeah, good point, Mikayla. Let's pick it up right where we have Jasper Kotkaniemi signed with the Hurricanes for 8 years and a $4.8 million cap hit per year. He's only 21, and the Hurricanes believe Kotkaniemi will continue to grow his game. If you're Rod Brindamore, you have to be excited for this deal. The New York Islanders also signed Zach Parise to a 1-year contract worth $1.5 million. A former standout for the New Jersey Devils and the Minnesota Wild, Parise will look to add more depth to a lackluster Islanders attack. Look for him to make continual progress on their second line.
Boston Bruin Jake DeBrusk also signed a 2-year, $8 million contract extension. Now, DeBrusk had asked for a trade earlier in the season, but he's been playing really well on the top line with Marchand and Bergeron. As a Bruins fan, I'm very glad he signed back with Boston because he makes a great impact on the team's performance. Now, I recall that last episode, Nick expressed some thoughts about Tomas Hertl heading over to the Bruins, but he ended up signing back with the San Jose Sharks for 8 more years with an $8 million cap hit. I feel like Hertl makes a big impact on the Sharks team, and although they haven't been performing well for a while, the Sharks is a good place for Hertl, in my opinion. Do you agree, Brett?
I honestly do. I think Tomas Hertl's been one of these guys that the Sharks have been reliant on, along with Brent Burns and Erik Karlsson when he's healthy. And I certainly think this is going to be one of the reasons, if San Jose is continuing to build, they're certainly going to build around the offense of Tomas Hertl.
Oh yeah, definitely. So now that's all we have for today. I'm Mikayla Krupski here with Brett Chaves. Thanks so much for coming on, Brett, and thank you for tuning into this episode of The Neutral Zone.